Hey everybody, Monica Reinhardt-Gorney here, co-author of A Student's Guide to Communication and Self-Presentation. I am here today to confess a recent mom fail. So my younger daughter had to do an interview for a local high school she had applied to, and I knew the interview was non-evaluative, and she's, a little bit on the shy side. I didn't really want to stress her out about it. She had asked me in advance, well, what do I think was going to happen? And since I had talked to a few other parents, I said, oh, I think they're just going to, ask you about what kind of classes you want to take in high school. I was probably busy at the time that she came to me, and I should have stopped in that moment and done what I do for a living, which is prepare her for the interview she was going to do the next day. Yes, it was non-evaluative, and in this case, it was fine enough, but in some cases, interviews can be really high stakes. So the thing is, the principal started the conversation by asking her an open-ended question. Tell me a little bit about yourself. I can't tell you how many kids I work with don't know how to answer that question. They're not really sure what the person is looking for in that question, even though it might seem super obvious to adults. I do this all the time on Zoom sessions, and I can just tell you most kids are like, they freeze for a minute. And then we usually giggle and there's awkwardness, and we talk about, well, where can you go with that question? Many questions in interviews are much more direct and straightforward. Tell me about your favorite class. Tell me about your least favorite class. But oftentimes they start an interview and they end an interview with open-ended questions. And so if you're not prepared for those, you can definitely freeze and not present your best self. And again, in my daughter's case, it was, not a big disaster. It was totally fine. After she froze for a second or two, she did recover and she came up with an answer. But I know had I taken the time to go over with her what she would likely be asked, she would have presented her best self and not just her okay self. So the thing is, right now this book is on sale on Amazon for $15. Let me show you. It's super thin. It is a quick, easy read. There's a whole chapter on interview questions, the most commonly asked ones, what they're looking for, what they're not looking for. There's so many other things you can learn in this book, but at the least you will walk away with some really great information about interviews and some techniques you can use to prepare your own kid, even if they won't read it themselves. If you read it as the parent and you just do a quick little coaching session with them, I guarantee you your child will do much better than if you hadn't done that.